Oh, dearie me. Welcome back to Leeds Bros for a full time as Leeds United are dumped out of the Carabao Cup at the hands of the Yorkshire rivals Sheffield Wednesday on penalties. Gotta be honest, don't even know where to start. I'm gonna pass it straight over. I won't go to Dylan just yet because as you can see, he's steam coming out of his ears there. Jam, we'll come across to you and try and break that down and give us your thoughts on that one. Not a good night for Leeds United, not a good night for the football club.
Yeah, seriously disappointing. That's probably putting it lightly. What I will do is actually I'm going to give Sheffield Wednesday massive credit for showing resilience and resolve that actually got them over the line. I think they deserve that. They're under a transfer embargo and they come out and put a performance in like that. So if you're a fan of them, you're going to be super proud of them because they put their bodies on the line and Eddie did everything that Leeds lacked in. First half, I'll be honest, lads, I could have fallen asleep easily watching that first half. I mean, if you struggle with insomnia, that's a cure for that straight away. Watch first half again because that was shocking, really bad. I'm trying to sort of give it a good summary, boys, but I'll be honest with you, the football tonight was shocking. It was so slow. And the way you've got to break a team down, if they're going to chuck all their men behind the ball, you're going to have to move that ball quick.
Yep.
You have to play through the lines. You're going to have to be patient, don't get me wrong, but you're going to have to put that ball with some whip on. You're going to put some pace on that ball just to get him moving, just to tire him out. But I'm just baffled. I'm lost for words, lads, and it's not really like me usually, but I can't. I'm trying to process it myself. Just embarrassing, really. And I'm not going to be reactionary or anything over the top, but it's just raw emotions I'm feeling at the moment. Just not good at all. I mean, well, if I had to throw it back to you boys, do you think there's any positives tonight? Because I'm struggling.
Yeah, Jack Harrison was very good. That's it.
Yeah, it's a positive. And Bogle again, lads. Bogle comes on to save our bacon, but yeah, Jam, like as you said, look, I think I have loads to say, and probably some of the stuff that I really want to say will probably get a lot of kickback. But I just again, I don't really blame Daniel Farke because we all wanted wholesale changes and we did, and there's a lot of them players where I think it more falls back on the players tonight. Is for me that right hand side of Sam Boyram and Brendan Aronson in the first half and even into the second half was absolutely diabolical. Diabolical from two so-called Premier League players. That was shit. And there's no other words for it, lads. Brendan Aronson, for me, can just get in the bin. And some people probably say I'm overreacting and probably have a decent game against Newcastle. People say, oh, he's ran around the place and he's scored a goal and he's done this. He's shy. He's not good enough for Leeds United, lads. I know that seems harsh, but I'm just going to call it as I see it. I failed to see how he gets into this Leeds United side. Last season, he was square pegs and round holes. He's just not for me. He really isn't. He's not for me. He's not for Leeds United. We need better. And simply, lads, the way I look at it is that we're not good enough for the Premier League. We're not going to be good enough to survive in the Premier League the way it's going at the minute. Absolute disaster. The way we approach the game, for me, the way them players approach the game, is like what Dylan said there, very stagnant. Didn't want this. Sheffield Wednesday did want the more. They had 9 kids on the pitch today, and they wanted that game more than Leeds United tonight. So it's absolutely horrendous, lads. And it's a slap in the face. It's a kick in the nuts. It's absolutely everything. And after Arsenal on the weekend, the 5-0 drum, to follow it up with that on Tuesday night, then players are going to be down now. And Daniel Farke has a serious job on his hands. I know people turn around and go, relax, it's only a cup. But when do we turn around and say, we want to stay in cups? We're Leeds United now. We're back in the Premier League. For all them years we're in the Championship, we're always saying, don't worry about cup games, and that's fair. But we're back in the Premier League now. This is our only chance of silverware. And at the end of the day, what are we all playing football for? Is to win trophies. Otherwise, what's the point? That's the way I look at it, lad. So tonight for me, it wasn't good enough. This is obviously a little bit different from only Leeds Bros. I'm never kind of this reactionary, but I'm genuinely just so pissed off tonight. So pissed off with the performance. So pissed off with the football club. Something needs to change, lads. It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Sorry, Dill.
No, go ahead, brother.
Just before Dill, you go, Dill. I mean, yeah, you've just literally summed that up perfectly, Daz. I mean, as we always talk about as fans, that's all you really ask for, just your players to go out there and put a performance in. And, reality is, boys, Sheffield Wednesday are going to get relegated this season. I know that's a big call, but if they survive, then fair play. That's going to be one of the biggest achievements in sporting history. And I'm not going over the top of that, but their squad is.
No, you're right.
And what do we do? Leeds United, Charity FC, come to town again. You know, I just fed up with it. It's just little things like that.
They win that jam with a load of kids, everything
Yeah.
that's going on at the football club, an empty stadium, and they had more fight than us, being backed by them travelling fans. Them travelling fans, again, that feel sorry for paying their hard-earned money, travelling to watch that absolute dross tonight. It was just, as you said, Jam, so embarrassing. And again, in front of the footballing world, Leeds United made a laughing stock of. You're going to have your Sunderland, your Burnleys, all the other fan bases now absolutely ripping the piss out of us, because again, Leeds United in cup competitions against lower division sides, we get slapped again. So it's just, for me, as you said, Jam, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing, isn't it, to be Leeds United tonight? Dylan, we'll pass it over to you, because I don't know whether you're going to cry, whether you're going to lose it, but you don't seem happy.
How would you be with that absolute riffraff against kids, you know, trying to establish themselves into the Premier League? Like, yeah, I understand where people are coming from, and I said it before the game. It's a cup game. I'm not too worried about it. I think it's simply down to staying in the Premier League. How can you stay in the Premier League with that?
Yeah.
The lineup, again, he got wrong, clearly, because it didn't work. And then what annoys me about Farke, and I understand where you're coming from, Darren, I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. What annoys me about it is we go down 1-0 and all of a sudden it's panic. Right, you need to get more or less our starting 11 on.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. That's not good man management to a Premier League team. Not one bit. I don't care what anyone says. That's simply not good enough. Really not good. Honestly, I'm fuming. I just think everything that's going on with the noise of Sheffield Wednesday, no disrespect to them at all, that would have been the upper hand for us. They were down in the dumps. Obviously, we lost against Arsenal. We wanted to bounce back. And then you have these players that we've bought, and I've said it before the game, especially in our preview as well. The likes of Bial, Burnout, Calvert-Lewin, coming on, and that's seeing what they're like. They were all shy. They were all absolutely shy. And I don't like, you know, as you said there, Dan, we don't like to be this type of channel to come on and see how
we
it
try.
is.
Yeah, we do. We try and remain balanced, yeah.
But how can I sit here in front of a camera to everyone that's watching this and go, yeah, well, look, I think now going on Saturday we just need to keep our heads up. How can you?
But it'll be this, and you'll see half of the fan base turn around and going, never mind, it's only a cup, it's only a Mickey Mouse Cup and all this. It just doesn't wash with me, lads. It doesn't wash with me. Not now that we're in the Premier League. In the Championship, fine, it still annoyed me a little bit. But at the end of the day, all my years playing football, I played football to go and win trophies. I didn't play football to lose against lower division sides and get knocked out of the cup and pick up winners' medals and not even get a medal. Like, that's not why you play football. But it's a nail on the head, Dylan, what you turned around and said there as well at the very start, is that we had to bring on the likes of Bogle, we had to bring on the likes of Stack, we had to bring on our first team players to try and change the game. These lads are more than good enough, or we're told that they're more than good enough to be our backup in the Premier League, and they can't even be a lower division Championship side. Like, and a poor performance, a very, very poor performance from start to finish for me. It really, really was. At the minute, obviously, I'm still fuming. I failed to kind of see where the positives come from. The only one I can think of the top of my head to try and balance out the opinion a little bit, as you said, Dylan, Jack Harrison at left back, he worked the socks off. But again, can you give him too much credit because it's against the Championship side? You know, how does he come up against a Premier League team? You know, how is he going to come up against Newcastle if he does play left back there on the weekend? Not that he's going to, but I find it very hard, Dylan, to give praise to this team tonight. As you said, it's a real kick. It was an opportunity to bounce back after a very, very bad defeat.
I don't think you can, lads.
No,
sorry to butt in. I don't think you can.
No, you're right.
You can find many positives, and like I know you've both touched on. I don't think you need to justify yourselves. Like, you're not a reactionary channel. This is a balanced channel. But at the end of the day, you are a fan. We're all fans here. Yeah. So how can you? It's like Dillo, touching on what Dillo said, nail on the head. How can you sit there and say, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine." It's not. I don't like losing. I hate losing.
Look, I know
the dog and duck.
I know, like, everyone always like winds me up and all, and I'm, you could say, the hothead, so sort of kind of fan, you know, and get the piss taken out of me, and it's all a bit of laughing the whole lot. But when it comes down to it, and you see that atrocity or shite on the telly, it's not good enough, lads. It's simply not good enough. There was no urgency. There was no commitment. It was dead. As you said, Jam, like, you didn't even have to explain the game. You know, you insomnia, you said, I think that's the word that you used, to go to sleep. Because that's the way it was for me. And the people that were watching the watch along, like, people were coming in going, lads, I'm actually getting a better crack out of you.
Yeah.
We should be able to have a conversation about the game. and talking about, you know, what's going well and what's going wrong and what we think should. And we're all sitting there going, well, this is just pure shite. How was that a football game? How was Leeds going to go take that next step to the next level, competing for trophies or competing, you know, to try and make themselves an established Premier League club when we can't even beat a bunch of 18-year-olds? That's madness. Madness.
Yeah.
We'll get into a couple of comments before Dylan gets kicked off YouTube anyway. So Amy's here. She says, what a disaster. I agree with you. Yeah, there's so many words you can describe tonight's shit show, says Lynette. Absolutely. Where do we go from here? You'd like to think and you'd like to hope as a fan that the only way is up. Dylan Doyle says, not a good day at the office. That absolutely wasn't. Absolutely
Not even in the office.
He says that was terrible. Something needs to change, says Danny. Yeah, I think a lot needs to change, pal. Mick says, we just need to deal with Jack Charlton and put him under pressure. Less tippy-tappy football. Yeah. We're at the point all these big lads, and we're not using them at all. Ronan says, very embarrassing. I agree with you, Ronan. That's exactly it. And we're all going to have to take the stick on the chin on social media and off our mates and all now for the next couple of days of how bad that was. Tom Sharp says, really thought we would have been better. Me too. I did too. I thought we were going to be much better than that. Horrendous. Rob says, I can see why Farke sacking rumours happened in May. Yeah. Totally agree with you. Some misses from Calvert-Lewin as well. Yeah, look, obviously the first one was one them would bounce off him, and then the second one I think is a decent save from the goalkeeper, but his penalty for me, lads, was atrocious. Have to be hitting the target. Yeah. Newcastle second goal last night. One kick up the field, one bounce, and then score a goal. Yeah, absolutely, Mick. Yeah, there's times you have to go route one. It's not playing route one football all the time, but there's times just do it. Kick it long. Do you know what I mean? Play to your strengths, like. Dillo, at least we won't have to waste your money watching that dross this weekend. Yeah, thanks for that, Adrian. Yeah, nice. And I am. Mighty from Imagine Not Being Leeds is here and says, to think that Farke doesn't deem Rama good enough, haha, laughable. Let's send our best winger out on loan. Nice one, pal. But yeah, like the nail on the head, lads, isn't it? Look, I'll pass that over to you as well. And some people turn around and go, why is everyone losing their mind about Ramazani going out on loan? It's why? Because he's an attacking threat. He gets forward, he grabs the game by the scruff of the neck. But we have to have Brendan Aronson playing on the wing with that dross tonight.
Brilliant, isn't he?
Honestly, lads, I say about Aronson, I'm not going to say the saying again, but he is honestly, he's terrible. He's all energy, but he's got literally. I can't even see one good thing he does apart from the running stats. They're good though, aren't they? It's like, yeah, but literally, I think any Leeds fan.
Press. What gives us the press?
Yeah, we could run.
What press? If we wanted to. What press? What urgency? What did he do? All he done was kick the ball out of play. That's all he done today. I think it was 3-2 to Liverpool, was it?
I don't know whether he's taking a piss or that. Well,
yeah, probably.
It was 1-1 and we lost on penalties 3-0. We'll see you.
I thought it was 3-2 to Liverpool.
Yeah, I'd rather be losing against Liverpool against Sheffield fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Matt Leeds says someone gave Bamford a call. Yeah, it won't be long. Telling you, it won't be long. If Farke gets the sack soon enough, you could see Patrick Bamford back in his team in January. Strange things have happened. The only one scoring for Leeds now was Harry Gray. Why is he not in the squad? I would have liked to see him come on as well. I really would have liked to see him towards the end. We're chasing the game to get a goal. Would have liked to see him come on. Look at right, lads. I think we've had our little bit of a rant. Let's try and put a bit of a balance on it and try and put a little bit of a positive spin on it. Jam, the goalkeeper situation. Darlow goes.
Is this not negative?
No, it's not. I'm gonna try put a positive spin on it. Is Perry Barton Darlow? Look at. We know that Darlow isn't a bad keeper. He makes a mistake like that. Seems that we have the issue with the goalkeeper position. Perry's going to come in against Newcastle the weekend. Rob's going to see Strike Road on a solid backline. But what the Leeds United now need to do to bounce back from this, to shake off these last two defeats that are going to hurt, are going to sting, the lads need to show character now.
That's exactly that. They need to show character. And to be honest with you, I think Perry's had a bit of a lot of criticism, and it's unwarranted in some aspects. Listen, he didn't have the best of games, but none of them did on Saturday. One thing I will defend him for is, if your keeper can't play with his feet, then why do we keep playing it short? Why do you keep going back to the keeper and put him under pressure? Just go long. That's all we have to do. Keep going long, or keep going to the wings. It doesn't matter. Just I don't care about this football at the back. Just get it up to the big man. Get him to flick it on, or get someone just to. That's the thing. We need to play this. We need to play it to his strengths, and we just didn't do that on Saturday. And what they need to do, they need to just literally reset now, and they need to Farke needs to change. He needs to change. He needs to adapt. And he's got to listen. The pressure's going to be mounting up on him because if we get turned over on Saturday 3 or 4-0, that pressure's going to keep turning up and turning up. Then we got Fulham and Wolves the next two.
Fulham and Wolves, then
if we don't get any points now in the next 3, lads, I'm not just saying it. I think he could be in real trouble. Daniel Farke.
Jam, you've been out watching. You've been on the channel now for the last 6 months, 6 to 8 months now. We were saying it in the back end of the championship as well, and we were talking it when we kind of knew that there was an opportunity to get promoted. We started talking about Farke's future, Premier League. Can he do it? And I said at the time, I genuinely give him 5 games. I think if Leeds United don't pick up enough points in them first 5 games, the 49ers need this to work, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying sack him now, but what I am saying is that the 49ers are going to have a tight leash on him. We know the rumours of May were true. The 49ers were thinking long and hard about getting rid of Farke at the time. They decided to stick with him. And as you said, another couple of results over the next 3 games, it wouldn't surprise me. We don't want it to go like that because then our football club is doing bad. Yeah. It's something needs to change really badly because it's just something not right.
It does. I mean, sorry, go on, Dill. Sorry, mate.
I just don't think he needs to stop being arrogant there. I think it's very, I'm going to say childish. Like,
stubborn.
I'm going to be negative again. It's just, we're down 1-0, all of a sudden it's panic buttons being clicked and there's no plan B. It's real dead in the water. And what you're saying there, going into Newcastle, what do we need to do? We need to play like we want to win.
Yeah.
That's simply it. And this, back to the keeper, back this. And then, don't get me wrong, against Arsenal, I know I'm going back, the press that they had, it is hard. I understand that. They were just constantly covering us in, pushing us back. But surely to God, a manager his calibre, the money that's been gone into it, he has to find a way. Yeah. And to be honest with you, he only knows one way, and it's not good enough for the Premier League. Simple as. It may work once.
Lads that we're lacking when we try and strip all the bullshit away from it is that my big take from these games, from the game against AC Milan, Everton, Arsenal, and again tonight, is that we're really lacking going forward. We're lacking ideas. We're lacking creativity. We look stagnant in the final third. As soon as we get past that midfield into our final third, it just looks like dead in the water. It just doesn't feel like anyone can kind of create a bit of spark. The only one that does look like he's going to do anything is Jayden Bogle, and that's our right back, lads. And just not good enough for the quality players that we're meant to have for the Premier League. It's a real worry for me, and it's different if we were getting chances. It doesn't even feel like we're creating enough chances to score many goals either, doesn't it? And we called it in the first half. We just, every time we got the ball in the midfield, we were stagnant. We weren't moving. There wasn't enough urgency and tempo in our game. And we said this about Farke's style before as well, especially towards the start of last season. We said the same thing as well, that the ball was being moved on too slow. There was not enough urgency in our game. So for me, if he's going to turn it around, that's something that he really has to hone in on, because I think the midfield looks good. The defence looks solid enough, obviously, apart from the 5 at Arsenal. It's just going forward, lads. It's really worrying me that we just don't seem to have anything.
We couldn't break down an academy Sheffield Wednesday team.
Yeah,
that's the worry with it. And
in an empty library, by the way, as well, Joe.
Yeah. Well, another thing that annoyed me in the first half was, when Okafor and Aronson were on the wings, all they kept doing, lads, was coming back in and playing it back to the right back or left back. That's all they did. I don't think I could probably count on one hand when they tried to actually take on a defender. You have to do that as a winger. You ain't going to get anything otherwise. You can't just keep going back. And I understand with football, obviously you can't always go forward and beat your man, but you've got to give it a go, lads. You're playing up against 18-year-old.
Yeah,
like that, Jam.
Go on.
What Darren was saying as well during the game, there was a moment. I'm going to say magic. That the ball was switched across from one side to the other. The ball was taken down, it was released in the middle of the park, and it was basically give and go, and we were in behind. And that took 5 minutes to do that. Just switch a play, take it down, knock it, and gone. That's how long it took. It's not good enough.
No. Try to pull up a couple of more comments, lads, because I feel this one getting out now. Ken says, DF better get his best 11 ready for Saturday, as I think Newcastle midfield may be missing Tonali, Joe Linton. Obviously missing Gordon as well, is going to be out suspended. We need to dominate the midfield to win the game, absolutely. And we need a threat going forward. We need quality going forward. Sean says here, if that's our backup this season, we're in big trouble. That's worse than losing to a National League team, lads. Yeah, if that's our backup, we're in serious trouble. Smarty just says how it is. No messing about with our Smarty lad. Good to see you in the chat, Smarty. If you have a half decent number 10 there tonight, it's the difference in the game. I think so too. We just completely lacked creativity. I think that's probably the downside of it as well, lads. Like if we kind of got to see the likes of Harry Gray, Sam Chambers, Chadwick as well, a few young lads coming in, and you know you kind of lose the game. Just kind of some sort of positive to take for the game, because you could turn around and say, well, at least the young lads are getting a run out and they get the chance to impress. But the fact of the matter is, lads, we had our first teamer there. Like we had our, like, you know, it was supposed to be our backup players there, and they didn't perform on the night. And like that's the biggest down for me. I thought Longstaff as well. I don't think he was good tonight, lads. For me, really wanted to watch him closely. Okafor did a bit. Does look like he's a bit of quality in there. It's just about unlocking it a little bit more. I'm trying to be positive here, lads. If he's got anything else, like anything else, we'll say. The switch of playing the free kicks as well. Gruev one free kick was a disaster. Pirro gets on the next one, just misses, and then the next one Harrison takes and hits the wall. It's just like, why are you changing that? Do you know what I mean? It's just, it felt very unorganized the whole kind of night, didn't it? It's just like, he was taking a set pieces, he was going to take the free kick. It just start to finish, lads. It's just
do you know what? To be fair, I thought Bijal was actually alright. To be fair, at times I thought he held himself very well.
Yeah.
You know, a few times he's playing very ropey at the back. But with that being said, every time he had the ball and he was playing a ropey, we trusted him. Unlike when you see, no offence, you know, if Melier was with the ball at his feet, or you know, the often time you've seen it with Stroke, you know, you kind of just get rid of it. Biala was kind of, you know, he was calm on it. He was collective. He was taking his time. He could have released it a bit sooner, but he held well. Harrison for me, lads. To be fair, I thought he was good, but as Darren said, against a championship side, Okafor, his dribbling, step overs, he's quick, like off the mark. Bogle, just played Bogle game, like he just came on and done what he had to do. I think DJ was just kind of...
that's bad telling you, Dylan, that Bogle came on that late and he's in for a shout, man. Like, even without the goal. He gets the goal, but even without the goal.
Do you know what? Mecha wasn't actually that bad as well. I feel like he wasn't getting the service that he needed. You know, and then there was an awful lot of time down. We seen it, especially kind of towards the end of the first half.
Were dropping Mecha.
Dropping in.
Dropping
I think they were both dropping into the 10. They were both confused. I think they were both thinking what role. I think they were both trying to play the same role, wasn't they? Didn't really know what they were doing, either of them, which isn't, you know, necessarily their fault. I have got a positive, lads, that, you know, the transfer window is still open. I know, listen, honestly, and I know it's just going to sound thing, but like I said, it's Saturday. We got to them 5-0. We lost now tonight. If that doesn't send a warning to the 49ers, then I don't know what will, to be honest. That's the only thing I can think of.
Positive spin, Jam. Yeah. It
is. They got to act now, and if they don't, then like you said, Daz earlier, they got to make it work. Otherwise, we're going to go back down, and they're going to lose a lot of money. So they have to make this work, and you know, let's bring in these players now. Let's not muck about now with these transfer negotiations. I know they have to negotiate to a certain point, but if they want money for these players, we have to put the money up front, because you know, it just comes down to that. We've got no attacking threat whatsoever, so something needs to be changed there, because
you need someone with stardust. You need someone with that quality. That's what we're missing. And whether it is up front, whether it is on the wings, it doesn't matter. And I know I'm not going to be watching this, but I'm simply saying they need to buy players. Stop mucking about. Enough is enough now. I've said it going back to the AC Milan game in Dublin. I wanted to see every player in the door for pre-season to give Daniel Farke the best chance he could possibly get. That didn't happen, which is fair enough. I understand that money, you know, you're waiting for players to make decisions, the agents are talking, I get all that. But now we're very close to the end of the window. Get it done. Stop mucking about.
Connell says here, the only positive was Harrison. He worked his socks off and was the only player trying to make things happen in the first 70 minutes. Yeah, I don't disagree. And then Bogle came on and added to that as well. Michael, we were playing off the likes Stoke City, Sheffield Wednesday, Watford, and now it's Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea as well. Massive step up what we're up against this season. Sean says, lads, I'm on a rant here, but why was Harrison taking all the corners and free kicks? They were brutal, and the cross, and my God, I actually thought they were all right. Some of them into the box with a few decent.
I thought was quality.
Yeah, I thought there was a few decent ones into the box now, Sean.
Yeah.
Maybe you're out to get everyone. I actually thought they weren't too bad. Smarty says here, Nanto, Bogle, DJ actually running forward and attacking to conserve the cautious, just too conserved and cautious with the ball. I fell asleep twice in the first half. Need to sort this out for Saturday. Won't be easy at all, says Smarty. And again, agree with Smarty nail on the head. Calvert-Lewin, maybe Everton fans are right about him. Yeah, it makes you think.
Can I just jump in there quickly for the Calvert-Lewin thing? What I will say is, right, he was in the right place at the right time. I know he missed them. And listen, fans over the years gave Bamford loads of leeway when he was in the right place at the right time and he missed chances. But what I will say, and it probably is a bit of a positive, is at least his penalty was atrocious. Let's get that out of the way first and foremost. But he was in those positions, and let's be honest, the keeper pulled out for some good saves there. They were top saves. So I know it's hard at the minute, and I'm trying to be positive, but that is the first. He hasn't had a proper pre-season behind him. He's come on. He's made an impact. Okay, he should have scored, but I'm personally believe he'll come good. Let's just give him a bit more time before we start.
I just said, you have to be there to score the chances. Piron Meche, they weren't even in their positions there to miss the man. He's very rusty, so yeah. You're calming me down. Thanks, Jam. You're doing well. There's a little bit of therapy going on here. You're calming me down here, buddy. Ken says Harrison was always looking for the ball, and his end product let him down. His crosses were laboured, and set pieces were erratic, says Ken. I actually seen it differently, but I might be way wrong. I thought his set pieces were good, so I don't know, lads. I don't know.
He looked the good of a bad punch, put it that way.
Yeah.
Rob says, will the 49ers want Farke to spend money if he's not going to last the season? Again, that's a good question. Good question, Rob. Will they be looking at that already? We need pace, real pace. Yeah, we have it in Dan James. We're just not using it at our disposal.
Sorry, can we just go back to that one now? Just
which one?
First, Rob Giles one, 49ers.
Yeah, go with it.
If that is the case, and I'm not sticking up for Farke here whatsoever, well then the 49ers let Farke out because they didn't get the players that they wanted. I think this is something that we said earlier on towards the end of the championship season, going into the pre-season. I think, they said they were going to spend all the money. We haven't. They said they were going to get a star striker. We haven't. Yeah. So it's kind of a bit both here, isn't it? Like, the football side is obviously not good from Farke's side, but the business side isn't good from the 49ers. But you can't just point the finger at Farke here.
Yeah.
But I agree with what Giles is saying there.
Smarty says, going to be honest, the only players that actually impressed me so far are Stack and Meche. The rest look average at best. I think Bogle as well, Smarty, is looking decent as well. They always look like a decent right back. Borneo isn't it. Okafor looked ordinary and unthreatening. Longstaff spent too much time defending against kids. We were too slow and too indecisive in midfield. Yeah, exactly same against Arsenal. Wasn't too slow and too indecisive against Arsenal. Mandrew was saying Pirro was better than Bamford. Can't see it myself as well. Yeah, look, if you have a prime Bamford up there as well, he puts himself about and hustles and bustles and bring others into play. But again, it's the old kind of saying what Bamford does his body hold up. Can you rely on him? That's obviously why Farke made his decision. And that's a job that was decent coming out. Why take Meche off? Yeah, I would have said the same. It would have been the other way for me. I would have kept Meche on because I thought he was looking a little bit more threatening than Pirro. So I agree with that one. Philip Allen says, all right, boys, not really, pal, but thanks for popping in. Bial is shocking. Do you think so? I actually thought Bial was decent. See, it's mad, isn't it, that like the different opinions of fans, lads, isn't it? What did you think of Bial, Jan?
I thought he was quite solid, to be honest. I know it might sound daft, but I thought, like, he was a few times, but let's be fair, he hasn't really played a competitive game for us yet, and I thought he was solid with everything he did. He didn't do anything flash, but didn't think he was shocking. But that's just, again, that's my opinion, and everyone's entitled to this. So
Okafor saved money for we'll have to see how that one goes as well. Oh, sorry, but of the new signings, fair. Go ahead, look.
I just pulled up the stats there. I don't always want to hear this. I just said I'd just throw this out, and I'm not being negative here, but I had to look at it. Right. 7 shots on target, 9 off target. We've 9 shots that were blocked. 80% of possession. 8 corner kicks. And I'll just leave it at that. The crosses, 14 crosses.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is the goals. Farke goes tomorrow, says Liam. I don't think it'll be tomorrow, but as I said, he's on a very, very tight leash. The next 2 or 3 games for me is going to be vital for Daniel Farke, and I hope he can pull the rabbit out of the hat and get us back on track. Mark says here, Blue Kit is cursed, wore it away last 2 games and lost. We wore the black one tonight, buddy. Wore the black one tonight. So that's, the way blue one is ruined by a slammed against Arsenal on the weekend. Now the away one then tonight as well. So I don't know what I'm going to have good memories of the away kit this season. Hopefully the home one. These players look good abroad. They always do, though, Arthur. It's always a massive step up to the Premier League. We always say it, don't we? Anytime we're linked with new players, lads, we always say that step up to the Premier League is absolutely massive. They'll be always solid, maybe slower than I was expecting as well. I think he is a little bit slow though, but he looks defensively solid. His position is decent as well. Next time I go to Ellen Road, I expect Boyer to be pulling points. Yeah, we did call it. We did call it, absolutely. Tanaka out for 2 weeks as well, lads. It was not good. That's obviously something to talk about, lads. Obviously, that midfield, Tanaka's going to be out. Ampadu is going to be out. More than likely, it's going to be a midfield 3. You would think against Newcastle weekend, Stack, Gruev, and Longstaff. Is that going to be good enough?
I'm going to have to get my rash cream out again, because that is not the best. That's not the best. That doesn't really fill me with much confidence.
But Jam, you know what you just said there doesn't fill you with confidence. I completely agree.
That was confirmed by Farke.
I completely agree. But do you know what's really annoying? Is that we bought Tanaka for whatever 3 million, and he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But we've no one to replace him as a Premier League team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's all good, isn't it?
I mean, I suppose you just got to get on with it. We just, as we always do, we always back the boys, don't we? And
yeah, of course, yeah.
On Saturday, and then we'll, again, Friday, Saturday, I'll be over this defeat, and then I'll be deluded to think that we'll probably win 3-0 against Newcastle. But it's just the way it is, isn't it, as a fan? Yeah. So
that's Leeds. That's what Leeds is for you. Look, it's gonna be so. I'd be wide awake now all night tonight, and then be waking up with nightmares thinking the Calvert-Lewin panel's gonna hit me in the head. Philip says it's a 25-man squad. We have what we have and wasted position on players. We are definitely not good enough for us and for the Prem. I think Philip has nailed that there in the head. The players did. I wore the blue, and right, yeah, you wore the blue, right? Yeah, don't wear that anymore. Don't wear that anymore, Mark. Just leave it there in the drawer. Don't take it out again. DCL, waste of a signing Okafor and Lucas and Harrison. We needed much better as well. Yeah, the recruitment is obviously going to be a massive question now as well when we're going through this rookie patch. Had a bad feeling for the midfield 3 on Saturday and the attacking third as well. Yeah, I'm going to be very interested to see how that midfield get on against Newcastle on the weekend as well. Means terrible too being playing Saturday as well. Yeah, exactly. Right, lads, I don't know if we have much more to say about that one, because I think we'll just keep spinning around in circles and just dig a bigger hole for ourselves. But Dylan, we'll come across to you. Any kind of final words to kind of sum it up, try and put it a little bit of a positive on it if you can.
Yeah, look, if I was Daniel Farke now, I'd be roaring the head off the players and be sorting himself out what he needs to do. But we have to get behind the boys. We have to try and see the positives as you're looking for. We need to kick up the backside, every single one of them players going into Newcastle. I think Farke needs to change it up. Yeah. I think the 49ers will let him know that he needs to change it up. And as you said there, on a tight leash. But we need to bounce back. That's what we need. We need these players now to realise how heavy the shirt is to wear for Leeds United, because 100% they're all sitting there after their showers with their phones looking at X, the whole lot, and seeing the meltdown that's coming right now. So the advice that you can give to them is be professional about it and work on it and go into Newcastle with the positivity and the right mind frame. That's all we can kind of hope for here, lads.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You want to laugh?
Go back to playing Derby versus Halifax, right, after losing in a cup game. All right, good man, Edward. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for popping over to Leeds channel. Means the world. Jam, we'll come across you, pal. We'll end on some positives. I mean, that's one. We're at the cup now, so we don't have as many games to play. Yeah. We can just focus all our efforts now on the Premier League, and listen. We just got to beat Ellen Road now. It's just got to be rocking on Saturday, and which it always is. The fans will always back them. We just really need to just
It's up to them.
Just worry, Jam, there, like there in the
Yes.
weekend. Like if we go 1-0 down early against Newcastle, what's Ellen Road going to be like then? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think the fans are it's going to be 8-8. So that we score first, and we'll be on it then, and Ellen Road will be raucous. But we can see it early, go down early. It's I don't want to think about it.
I do worry if we go 1-0 down early, it could be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Then. But let's not think about that. Let's try and remain positive of it and stuff. But listen, this is Leeds United. At the end of the day, we never do things easy, and we've always got this result in us. So listen, disappointed, really disappointed. This is going to take some getting over because, like I said, it's an academy team we've effectively played tonight. But what I will say is, credit. I'm going to be, gentlemanly about it. Sheffield Wednesday, credit to them because they fully deserved it tonight. They were committed and showed desire, which we were lacking in. But go again Saturday, 3 points.
It makes it worse, man. He's a United fan over on the league. Mind the gap. You haven't even won a game yet in the league.
Thanks for the view, Edward. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you know what? Just going back to him. You know what the funny thing is? You look at Bruno, for example. It takes a referee to bump into him, to bloom it over the bar, to blame. Fair enough, Calvert-Lewin bloomed it off his own back. And you can take that, but the excuse, a referee bumped into me, ring the guards. Information. The guards are the police as well if you're in. But look, thanks for the view. Just you tip on there now, pal, and just
relegation battle with it this season. Right, lads, look, we think we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for everyone who popped in on this one. Yeah, look, it's all for Leeds United take tonight, but as Jam says, dust ourselves down. We have to go again for Saturday. We knew it was going to be hard, knew it was going to be tough. Let's see if the lads can bounce back. Before you do leave, guys, please make sure you drop a like on the video and, of course, hit subscribe to the channel. Mind yourselves, mind each other. Catch you in the next one.